Well, she said she's magical, mystical, a powerful wonder girl.
They say home is where the heart is, but our next guest believes that home is where the healthiest heart is. Joining us now is Brian Latanville, the owner and president of Healthy Home Makeovers, who is a pro at creating instant, healthy indoor solutions for any home or workspace. Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Well, this is sort of something new. I haven't heard of this before, and 30-odd years ago, with two kids with asthma, I was dealing with, a pediatrician, but there wasn't anybody to come in and measure anything. So you're going to be here every weekend for the rest of the month to tell us how we can improve our home and, by doing that, our health. And today we're going to discuss your healthy home assessment. Where were you when I needed you? So tell us about this healthy home assessment.
So basically we have a healthy home assessment. It's a $99 charge. You can book online on our website. So we come in and we test your air quality in your home. So we go room by room with our particle concentration meter, and we calculate all the dust particles that are floating through the air. So those dust particles contain VOCs, bioburdens, other toxins that are floating around. Like you said, that can cause asthma, that can cause allergies. They have allergens in the air. And then we assess and we give a detailed report back. And then we also do a water test. So we go to your kitchen sink and we test your water for iron, for chlorine, for pH levels, hardness of the water, and also TDS, total dissolvents in the water. And then we do a room-by-room toxin screen. So we go room by room and we take a look at the home and see, your duct registers, your dryer vents, the windows, any other issues that could be happening. A lot of people understand if they block their intake for their home for the air to circulate with a couch, you're not going to get good air quality in that room because the air isn't being circulated in the home. Other things that we look at is if your furnace fan is always on. You should always have your furnace fan on. It doesn't have to be on hot or cold, just the furnace fan running to circulate the air in the home, because you're just going to get dry, stale air.
Okay, let me stop you there.
Sure.
I have radiators.
Yes.
So what happens in that situation?
We have portable air purifiers that we put in. So for condos, for apartments, for homes with radiators, we've done a lot of them. We can either give you a couple of small units if you want to spread them out, or it depends on the size of the home. Or we have a 5-stage whole home system that you can put in one room. It'll take care of up to 2,000 square feet. So it's all about the air exchanges per hour in the home. So the larger the home is, the less air exchanges you're going to have per hour with the unit. So so we have a 5-stage system. So it's a pre-carbon filter, which is the first filter, and then the HEPA filter, which takes care of 99.97 of all the allergens in the air, up to 0.03 microns. Then we have a UV light, which kills the bacteria, mold spores, viruses that are floating around the air on contact when it goes through the system. Then there's a photocatalytic filter, which helps the UV lights, and then a carbon filter, which I get a lot of calls about, especially with some of the new laws coming out with, their neighbors are smoking or whatever's happening, cooking smells in the condos or apartments. The carbon filter, it's a nice thick filter, and it filters through all of the odors. And then it goes through and it sends out the pure air throughout the home.
So how do you do that in a condo where it's really controlled somewhere else? I mean, my condo has a heating unit or cooling unit.
Correct.
There is a filter that's changed.
Yeah.
But I find it extremely dusty.
Yes. So this is a standalone appliance. So it's a standalone unit. It's about 2 feet high, a little bit wide, and it's white, and it sits in there. This the 5-stage unit, anyways, and you can put it anywhere in the home. You can put it in the living room. Just don't close up the bedrooms. You got to have the air circulation throughout the house. So you put this unit in, and it'll collect the dust, and it'll run through the system. It's got its own fan, its own motor, so it pulls the air in through the top and then sends it back out through the bottom.
And okay, so dust itself,
Yes.
I mean, a cocktail of toxic chemicals in the dust. And dust seems to be everywhere. I mean, as I understand, a lot of it comes from us, our skin,
That's
right?
correct.
So does that help with all of that?
Correct. So when the nice sun's coming in the window and you see all the dust on the window, yes, correct. So this purifier will pull that air. So basically it's taking all the air in your home and it's running it through the system. So any dust that's there, any toxins or particulate matter, any of that is going through the system, and then it's filtering it through.
So let me ask you, if you have people in the home who, let's say, have asthma or have allergies.
Correct.
I can understand. We used to have not anything as fancy as this, but years ago, a very expensive filter on the furnace and had to clean a certain way, whatever. So I understand doing it for that. But if you're making this the purest air possible, and then you're going outside and you're not breathing the purest air possible, is it sort of, are we bubbling ourselves? Therefore, we're not building up any immunities? I mean, if we're all living in this completely clean, dust-free, toxin-free, because that's not real life.
Yeah, no, I understand. We've had that question a couple of times. So your air quality in your home should be between 30 and 40,000 dust particles per meter. That's an average. That's what you want to see it at. It's not taking every single thing out of the air. It's going to circulate. You're always going to, every time you open the window, every time you open the door, the air is going to come in. Your furnace, if you have a furnace, like condos or whatever, but even the air that's coming in from the condo building, that air comes from outside.
Yeah.
So you're always getting that in. So this is just helping mitigate it and keep it to a low level. So I've gone into condos and the dust particles have been 800,000. It's supposed to be 30 to 40,000.
Oh.
Yes. So that's the difference.
20 times?
Exactly. So that's what we help you with.
Okay, so let's move on a little bit, because water testing we're all pretty familiar with.
Yes.
But I'm a little dubious about this electromagnetic field testing. Are
Correct.
we all going to be wearing aluminum foil on our heads here, Brian?
Well, we have different options here. So the new smart meters, you have smart TVs, you have smart appliances, you have your Wi-Fi modems. All of these things are producing electromagnetic pulses throughout the air. Some people have been complaining about getting headaches at home. They don't know why. They're just at home getting headaches. You see it all in the schools. There's been a big fight over if Wi-Fi should be allowed in schools, all of these things. So we have a microsurge meter that we plug into your hydro line. So it runs through your hydro. It attaches to it and it will come out. So, a long time ago when we were younger, you turn the TV off, it went off. You didn't have a little red light stay on. Yeah. So that little red light is a standby light. So that means there's electricity coming through that TV all the time. And you're feeling it. You can walk by and sometimes you feel static sometimes. So that's the electricity coming through. So we have EMF filters that you plug into a hydro line or a regular socket at home, and that will protect the whole line. So if you have one line running in your whole living room, that'll filter out that electricity, that dirty electricity or electromagnetic fields into that filter.
Okay, so I have my home assessment done. It's $99 charge.
Correct.
But if I buy something that's over $500, this is credited back.
Yeah, you get the $99 back.
Okay. And you provide, after the assessment is done, you provide a detailed report?
Correct.
How does that work?
Correct. We give you a detailed report that we have created for you that gives you everything that we've tested. So each room, so it'll give you the indoor air quality for each room that we tested. It will give you all of the water testing. So, if you had iron, it'll tell you what level of iron you had, if it's good or bad. If you had what your levels your chlorine were at, what level your pH level was at, and then your EMF also.
Okay, now your store is located at Improve Canada.
Correct.
That's a very cool looking building.
Yes.
What's it, 72? It's on
72
Keel Street.
yeah, 7250 Keel Street.
7250 Keel
Yes.
Street. You're in Unit 65.
Correct.
People can come and visit you there?
Correct. I'm not always there myself. We have employees there. I'm on the road. I'm doing assessments. I'm talking to people. But yeah, it's always open.
Okay, and so where can people go to learn more? What's your website?
So, healthyhomemakeovers.ca. You could always join us on Facebook as well. We're always looking for new friends on Facebook. We're putting out lots of information on Facebook for people, new things that are coming up. You can follow us on Twitter. And we also have Instagram. So we have all of those social media platforms. You can always give us a call at 647-660-4900. That is our store number. It comes to me as well. And yeah, you can send us an email at info@healthyhomemakeovers.ca. We have lots of avenues for people to get a hold of us to talk.
Okay, so now you are actually giving away a free Healthy Home Assessment once a weekend for the rest of June, because
Correct.
You're going to be on every weekend, as we said. You can enter now at whatshesaidtalk.com. The page will be up. But next week, we're going to be talking specifically in more detail about air purification. If you have a question for Brian, you can leave us a comment on any of our social media pages. We will ask it next weekend. And you will be entered into the into the pool for a free assessment, not for a swim, but for a free assessment. So we'd like to get one of our winners will be chosen from the people that ask us the question. So this has been great and informative, and I guess we'll see you next weekend.
Thank you. Yes, looking forward to it.
Well, she said she's magical, mystical, or a power.